911, 911, please. My baby was in the car. She's not responsive. Oh my God, oh my God.
And again, just for confirmation, this is not something that you've done before where, the kids have just been left in the vehicle while it's running or anything like that?
No. We're at home. What would be the reason?
But police say his other daughters told detectives that he became distracted by his food and playing a video game, and that he had left the kids in the car 59 times before. 59 times before.
This is the unfortunate story of Christopher Scholtes and the loss of baby Parker at 2 years old. Christopher and Erika, his wife, have 3 girls, age 9, 5, and baby Parker was 2. Christopher, however, had a previous daughter before marrying Erika, and that daughter is 16 years old. We will come back to her in just a little bit. On July 9th, Christopher's older girls went with a neighbor for a play date. Parker, the youngest, stayed with her dad, and the two did quite a bit of running around. It's even rumored that Scholtes stopped and got some beer. However, the store footage does not show Parker going in or coming out of the store. Christopher and Parker get home before anyone else, and Christopher states that Parker was asleep, so he did not want to wake her, so he left her in the SUV with it running and the AC on. Christopher states that him and Parker got home shortly before his other 2 girls, which was around 2:45 p.m. We will later learn that this was not the truth. But it's not until Erika gets home from work around 4 p.m. till anyone realizes Parker is still in the car, which was in direct sunlight according to the police. Erika began CPR and 911 was immediately called.
911, 911, please. My baby was in the car. She's not responsive. Oh my God, oh my God.
And this was out in the driveway?
Yes.
She's still breathing?
No, she's not breathing right now.
Okay, we need to start CPR right now.
Yes, we are. We're starting CPR, yes.
I need to hear CPR. I need them to count it out for me. 1, 2, 3,
1, 2,
4.
3. But my wife's a doctor. She told 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was, but it turned off. I've been checking.
Is she breathing yet?
Is she breathing? No. Oh my God, baby. Baby.
First responders get there and start CPR, as well as the police, and this is what he tells them.
The AC was on.
Here, Scholtes tells police that the SUV cuts off after about 30 minutes or so if the car doesn't move. It's interesting that he knows this because earlier he told police that he has never done this before. Let's take a listen.
Hanging out at home. She was sleeping in the car and I had the car on. But it has a sensor where every 30 minutes or so it'll turn off if you haven't moved.
At this point, the mother, Erika, has left to go to the hospital with Parker. Christopher stayed back with the police as they are now considering this a crime scene until it's cleared. Plus, they need to get information from Christopher. However, Christopher wants to take a shower to freshen up so he can get ready to go to the hospital.
We'll be all right. So we can't let you do that right now. We have to stand by with you. Okay? As soon as you can, we will let you know.
You can stay in the room if you want, but I'm not going to talk to you.
I know this isn't easy for you, but the quicker we get this done and finish up, the sooner you can be with your wife. All right?
I'm trying to rinse off so I can go to the hospital to be with my wife.
We're not going to shower or anything right now. You need to stand by with us.
I don't understand why.
Okay? Please.
I don't understand why.
I tried explaining that to you. We just need to stand by with you.
I'm standing by. Why can't I take a shower while you stand by? What is...
It's not necessary right now. Okay. I'm not going to stand here and watch you shower. There'll be time for that, but it's not right now, okay?
So unfortunately, even though Parker's mother, which is an anesthesiologist, EMS, and the hospital tried to revive her, they were unable to save her. They reported that her body got as hot as 108 degrees. So remember, the police questioned the 5 and the 9-year-old, and they told police that their dad has done this 59 times. Such an oddly specific number, almost like an adult was counting. But the police didn't stop there. They also questioned Christopher's oldest daughter, the 16-year-old that we talked about earlier, and this is what she had to say.
Tells me she has many memories of being left in a hot car. One time while her father was working, she says she spent several hours inside of the car.
I had to go sit out in the car for 4 to 5 hours and continuously had to restart the car. I'd only eaten once that day.
She's a type 1 diabetic, so that proved to be dangerous for her. She says her 3 other surviving half-sisters were also constantly left alone inside of the car. Scholtes, her wishes, she says Scholtes was able to get custody over her. She spent 4 years with him and his wife, Erika. She described those years as a nightmare.
It genuinely has changed me as a person. I'll never be the same person I was before I moved in at their house.
In 2021, she says she tried to commit suicide
because I didn't want to live with my dad anymore.
Child Protective Services got involved. Ultimately, Scholtes gave up custody of her. She ended up back with her mother until her sudden death. She is now being taken care of by her best friend's mother, named Lindsay.
I'm so happy that I can help her and that she's here and safe.
She says if her father's case ever makes it to trial, she plans to take the stand and testify against him.
If they would have taken away my little sisters when I was taken away, none of this would have happened. I haven't been sleeping. I haven't been eating. All I think about all day is the fact that my dad is walking free right now.
Home security footage shows police that Parker was in the car for approximately 3 hours without being checked on before her mother got home and found her in the car. Experts say that it would only take roughly about 20 minutes for a car to heat up to 140 degrees and just about 40 minutes for it to reach 150 degrees. Now, the mother, Erika, sent a text to Christopher on the way to the hospital, and this is what it read. I told you to stop leaving them in the car. How many times have I told you? He responded, babe, I'm sorry. She said, we've lost her. She was perfect. He said, babe, our family, how could I do this? I killed our baby. This can't be real. So armed with all this information, the police returned to Christopher's house 3 days after the incident to arrest him. The charges were child mistreatment and second degree.
I told you I'm always going to tell you guys the truth. There's no secrets here, right? So based off of our investigation at this point, right, we have determined that there's probable cause to go ahead and charge you for what happened. Okay?
Please come out here, Christopher.
No.
It's okay. It's okay.
No. Okay. So listen.
No.
Listen. No. This doesn't change. This doesn't change.
They eventually get Christopher out of the house and place him in jail. The very next day, however, Erika made her way to the courtroom to beg the judge for his release.
If Erika Scholtes is online, ma'am, do you want to be heard?
I would like to be heard, please. And Your Honor, is it okay if I do not show myself?
That's fine.
So thank you for allowing me to speak. I just wanted to say that no one understands how great of a tragedy this is more than myself, my girls, my remaining 2 daughters, and Christopher. So not only do we have to move forward with grieving for my daughter, but we potentially could be losing their father. So the absolute worst case scenario for our family is if Chris were be away from us. We're already hurting. No one else shares this bond and this trauma like all of us, all 4 of us. I know the significance of the tragedy, and I don't want you to think for a second that I underestimate the impact that it has on our lives, on everyone's lives, or that I'm undermining your concerns about the safety of those in our household. So I'm just asking if you can allow him to come home to us so we can all start the grieving process so that he can bury our daughter with us this upcoming week, and that we can go through this whole process together as a family. And so I understand that there is a concern for a flight risk. I just don't see that as a thing. We live in this home that all of our girls were brought home in. If anything, Chris wants to stay here. He's always been cooperative through this entire process and will ensure that we have continued cooperation. And if there's anything additional that is needed from the courts to ensure our safety, I'm happy to help with those certainties that are needed. He's an amazing father. He's a pillar of our community. He's been a coach for young kids. He's taken them to school every day. He's been the main caregiver. I work many hours, so they're all that he sees. This was a big mistake, and I think that this doesn't represent him. And I just want the girls to see their father so that I don't have to tell them tonight that they're going to endure another loss.
Thank you, ma'am.
And that's all I have to say, Your Honor. Thank you.
So the judge did grant Erika's request and she released Christopher. They said that he was not a flight risk and he had no history of violence or was a danger to the community. The only thing the judge said is that he could not have unsupervised contact with his remaining children. So what do you guys think of this story? What do you think of Erika's part in this? And what do you think about the judgment?
Not my cup of tea.